What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All Things Super. I am one of your hosts, Spider, and I am joined by Mr. VIP Frankie Washington. How you doing today, sir?
Infinitely awesome as always. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a wonderful Monday.
Just that. Just fantastic.
Just
That's
fantastic.
it.
Just fantastic.
Mister?
No, not Mister.
No. Okay.
No, they haven't made him black yet.
Oh, but he has been in the comics.
Well, I have not read that issue.
Well, there's the Council of Reeds, one kind of like Rick and Morty. If you ever saw Rick and Morty, it's a whole bunch of Reeds, smartest men in the universe, coming together to basically govern the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that something? Always trying to control something. That's a fantastic indeed.
What did Thanos say? Talking about Tony said, "You're not the only person burdened with knowledge."
I think he's a cursed, huh?
And cursed with knowledge. But either way, you have these intelligent people because, like it or not, Thanos was a very intelligent person.
Yes, he was.
But you have, like you said, the Council of Reeds. They always want to control something with Tony, with Thanos. That because they knew so much, one of their driving motivators was to want to protect everything or want to save everything. But the only way you can let me save you is for me to take over or control everything. Tony said, he wanted to put a suit of armor around the world, and that was with his Ultron drones, going out to all of these different countries and stuff. And it's like the people of Sokovia, they were rioting against the drones because it's like this is this foreign, not even government power at this point. This is a private entity, a private company, and you're supposed to be our security, and you coming in and just trying to enforce rules and regulations on us. Who asked you to?
All because of a vision that you saw and an attack on New York with an alien threat, which he was right about. So
he was right about. But okay, so say Tony got his way, and we're gonna jump into what the episode is in a little bit. But say Tony got his way, he put a suit of armor around the world. Yeah, welcome to the show. We'll get to you in a minute. Just hold on. We're having a conversation. But so say Tony got his way, the suit of armor around the world, put these Ultron bots all across the globe. When Thanos came knocking, do you think that anything could have been done to stop Thanos? And would Infinity War still have happened?
Yes, Infinity War would have still happened, and no, I don't think there was anything that they could have done differently to have stopped Thanos. You got to remember, the Avengers were dismantled, and it was very intelligent how the Russos strategically put these pieces together. Mm-hmm. One of the first things we see is Thanos, without the power of any stone, beat the snot out of the Hulk.
Right.
Which makes no sense because the madder the Hulk gets, the stronger he gets.
Well, here's the thing. Before you go too far down this path, if we're talking about, basically we're talking about alternate realities, right? Branch timelines. Ultron in Age of Ultron never happens. There's never this sentient, being that takes over and, subdues Jarvis and takes over. This becomes this artificial intelligence.
Think this Iron Legion was going to be able to stop Thanos?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
I am not saying that they will be able to stop. That was my initial question. Would the Iron Legion have been able to stop Thanos? Which you are correct. No, they wouldn't have. But what I'm saying is that because of the whole break with the Ultron taking over the robots, taking over the Iron Legion, and then going to Wakanda, or going to South Africa, stealing the vibranium, creating another body, and then taking Sokovia,
that boss mode,
right? And then taking Sokovia and basically attempting to crash Sokovia into the planet to wipe out the population to reform the Earth. Had Ultron not taken over the Iron Legion, none of that would have happened. So there would be no Sokovia Accords. We wouldn't have Wanda and Pietro as part of the Avengers now. This
This is
whole
true.
basically all of Age of Ultron wouldn't have happened, so Hulk wouldn't have been separate from the Avengers. So when Thanos comes to
We would
Earth,
have been on a whole different timeline. So yeah,
right,
you still wouldn't.
Civil War would have
Well,
never happened.
Westview wouldn't have happened either.
Westview wouldn't have happened. Well, Westview might have still happened, depending. Well, no, Westview wouldn't happen because
No.
Vision and Wanda wouldn't have got as close as they did.
Yeah, they got close during the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think even as listen, you can try to say because the Avengers were dismantled or dismembered, not assembled, I clearly pieces sold separately.
Just thinking about
Thanos
it, we
would
wouldn't even
still
have Vision. It would have
no, you
been
wouldn't.
because no Ultron. Ultron wouldn't need to create a new body, so there would be no Vision.
Again, so what heavy hitters do you have that was going to stop him? We
I'm
already
not.
seen
Yeah, you already
Thor
said
was
Thor
Thor was
couldn't
left for
stop him.
dead.
Yeah, Thor couldn't stop him. Hulk couldn't stop him. I mean, really
And
think
that
that.
was your two heavy hitters.
But at that point, the Mind Stone would have been on Asgard. I don't know if the whole Thor Ragnarok thing would have still came to fruition because Odin was still going to die at some point.
This is true.
And Loki took over the throne after the end of Dark World.
Dark
So
World.
Dark World would have still happened. Loki would still be assuming the place of Odin. So all of that would still, Odin would die, Hela would come back. So I feel like Thor Ragnarok would still apply.
Yeah, more than likely Loki would have died.
Right. Because the Mind
Well,
Stone.
no. You can't take anything away from what happened with Thor and Loki because remember they were in space.
Right.
Thanos caught them, so their fate is sealed. It's kind of like how the TVA said you're supposed to die by Thanos. That was your life, and that kind of rings true because even if in the alternate timeline we're talking about if Ultron didn't take over,
Right. It would have just been a bigger battle on Asgard, or even if Asgard would have still got destroyed because of Ragnarok, then they would have still been in space.
yes, but
But
Thanos was still
they would have had two stones then because Thor was trying to take the Mind Staff, back to Asgard, and then they would also have the Tesseract in Asgard.
and he already had the Power Stone.
Yeah,
So
Thanos already had the Power Stone
You just need to get the Soul Stone
and the
the
Reality
other two
Stone.
are right.
And the Time
Also-
Stone, and well, Doctor Strange still had the Time Stone, and that was what
Doctor
had
Strange
brought him
had
to Earth.
it. Yep. So the Mind Stone would have been snatched up. Hey man, we were snapped. There's no Iron Man would have gave a good fight, but there's no power set that would have matched.
Yeah.
Thor even had to go and get a new weapon to come back and fight. So
Right. I don't know. It would have just been a whole different movie. It would have been a completely different movie. It would have been a completely different set of circumstances. But
I
all
think
that
it was
is
smart how they did it.
yeah. Like you said, the Russos.
no.
Like you said, the Russos splitting them up. They knew what they were getting into going into Infinity War, and how Thanos was able to sort of pick them all apart because they were all separated. No team was at full strength. Even the Guardians, they split up because Rocket and Groot went with Thor.
But even if they were all together, it would have been the same thing.
No, it wouldn't have made a difference.
I think the best thing that happened is, okay, this guy's he's different. He's not, and this is me holding my chest because he wants me in my chest. I got to go get something to help me in this fight. But when Thor came down to Earth, he didn't know. It's not like he knew who died and who lived. He was just looking for Thanos.
Well, I mean, at that point, nobody died.
Well, again, the Russos are smart enough to wait to the end and give you the.
Oh yeah,
Black Widow died, man.
Yeah, at that point, no, she didn't because she died in Endgame. She wasn't dead. She was fighting with Okoye and Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So nobody had died at that
And
point.
nobody died to
The
the
only
end.
person to die in Infinity War was Vision. Everybody else got snapped away.
Poor Vision. And then bring them back together as albino whites.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk about Endgame and Infinity War theories, but we are here to talk about something very special. But we'll get into that in just a minute. But if you didn't know, this is All Things Super, where every week we take a piece of superpower TV, movie, even trailers. We watch them, we react to them, we break them down, and we answer the question: is it super?
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
We'll
Is it
find
really?
out.
Kind of.
But if you like that, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be notified that we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, you can just search for All Things Super on any of your major podcast streaming platforms. And if you want to join in on the conversation, you can tweet at us at ATSuperPod.
And we like reading the comments. Sorry, I was from my audio listeners, so I was showing off my shirt. That might be one of our longest monologues.
Yeah.
In our show history. So,
and I don't even know how we got to it. I have no idea. It just happened.
I started opening my mouth and talking about nonsense, and you were right there saying, "Yeah."
Listen, if I don't have anything else, I have an opinion.
I like that. That's something like a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt right there. Don't try to steal that t-shirt. I'm taking it. All right.
But for this episode, we are going to be watching and reacting to the newest trailer or the only trailer that we have for Marvel Studios' newest special presentation. We did Werewolf by Night, but this is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. So this is going to be coming out later on this month, I think.
So here's a question. You said this was one of the only trailers. You don't think they're going to drop another one after this? They're pretty.
No. There's no reason to. The length of time for whatever this special presentation is, I think if you show any more additional footage, you're basically going to be giving the entire story away. And I think that with the immediacy of how soon this is coming out, I don't think you really need another trailer.
Is Marvel really listening to us? I think they're listening to us because remember we talked about these things. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy. Who's not going to watch the Guardians of the Galaxy? We miss the Guardians. We want to see what's going on with teenage Groot. If he's still a little sappy, We want to see what's going on with Peter Quill, Star-Lord. Where's Gamora? Is she in this? Probably not, because we're going to see them reunite again on the third Guardians. But we want to see what's going on in this show. We want to see the Destroyer, Drax, do something that he does, and even Mantis, and of course Rocket. Listen, we all know the names. We all know who it is. I've said this before on different shows that when you got a bankable property that you know everyone's going to go see, no, you don't need a huge advertising budget or a marketing budget because just drop enough to get them titillating. Ooh, and drop something hard. You probably didn't hear that because it canceled out.
I heard it, actually.
Ha! Welcome to the show.
Surprise himself.
I am. So they're listening to us, Spider. This is what I'm trying to tell you because we've talked about this. So we talked about extending the episodes on Disney. They started extending the episodes. I just want to put it out there.
Did they know? They added one. No one else is going to.
Well, this is more than the episodes that they had.
This is true.
And we asked the question, can they get it all into one show? Which now they're doing specials. All squeezed in. I think they're listening. Mr. Kevin Feige, can we have one of our own shows?
Is it that they were listening, or did they already foresee what we would want and they already had all of this planned out? So we're just catching up.
A wise man told me if it's a prediction and it comes true, it's not a spoiler.
Right.
Well, there you go. I just predicted and spoiled the whole MCU at the same time. It's called a two for one.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get into watching this trailer and check out the trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
I just saw on the calendar that right now on Earth it's almost Christmas time.
We don't have time for trivialities like Christmas.
But Peter's so sad about Gamora being gone.
Oh, they made it relevant.
Maybe if we go to Earth for a really wonderful Christmas gift, it would make you happy.
Why them two
Okay.
together?
Well, it might be a thing.
No, they're
Something
not a
special
thing.
you will never forget.
What about someone special?
Okay.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
I just said
Oh
that.
my
Your
god.
voice is small and mousy. I think maybe he didn't hear you.
Okay, it is Kevin
You're
Bacon.
coming with us as a Christmas present.
Right.
I'm through.
It definitely feels
25th.
holiday-ish.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? We're kidnapping Kevin
Going
Bacon,
to Earth and kidnapping people?
kidnapping people.
Coming with us as a Christmas present.
That sounds creepy. All kind of creepy. So we got the squad. The squad is all here. Gamora's not, and I said she probably wouldn't be, but don't pay attention to that part. We got some space adventures going back to Earth. When's the last time Peter's been on Earth?
The last time Peter was on Earth was when Yondu picked him up. He's never been back.
No, didn't he come back for?
Well,
He came
in-game.
back for the fight in Endgame.
In-game.
So he hasn't been on Earth since Endgame,
No.
and he got dusted. Yeah.
Well, he
So-
came back at Endgame, and then after he left, then that would mean he left.
Gamora's sister Nebula's been on
Yeah.
Earth longer because she was working with the Avengers. It looks like it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
It's good to see the team back together. I think it's just a booster shot in the arm that you need before going into Guardians 3. When are we looking at Guardians 3 coming out?
That's a good question. 2023, I believe.
So again, good shot in the arm. But it's the Guardians, so somebody's coming. They don't just not have somebody. There's always somebody coming after the Guardians.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they go about trying to enjoy their Christmas and probably kidnap Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. So
Looks like
tentative release date May 5th, 2023.
There you go. I think Drax owes Kevin a door.
Oh, it's
But
just a
that's
window.
They're gonna dance? Are we gonna get some Footloose? Why does Groot look like a kid in the face and like
A huge body.
really weird body?
That's a good question.
Are they trying to keep the baby Groot aesthetic with mature? Because he looked older.
Yeah, his body
As a teenager.
is bigger.
What is up with
Sure.
that?
Because he's taller than Quill at this point.
Yeah. So what are we saying? He's in his 20s?
I guess. So original Groot was like somewhere in his 40s, maybe?
Maybe older than that, because
True.
he looked weathered. I am Groot.
Yeah, he did kind of give out old man vibes.
Oh, that's horrible.
But yeah, I don't know.
This looks like
I just noticed that Drax sweater has a cat with laser eyes on it.
this looks practical. This doesn't look CG. This looks like somebody at Comic-Con, like a guy in a suit.
No, that's CG. I'm just looking at the way his hand. It doesn't look like it's hitting. It doesn't look like it's hitting what it's actually hitting.
It looks like it's hitting it.
No, it looks like
it's texture.
but I think that I think that's
You saw it
rendered that way.
bounce.
Yeah, I saw that, but I think it's rendered that way. It
You
just
got a guy in
the
a suit.
coloration doesn't look right. Cause like Mantis hugging Drax, you can see like the shadow of her hand, like on his back.
I see hand.
But like, there. I mean, I just and for the audio listeners, I'm sorry, but you could just kind of gotta watch the video now. But like, you can see like right here before she touches his back, there's a shadow, which is
Okay.
natural lighting.
Okay.
So- You look at Quill's hand touching the side of Groot. There's no shadow.
At the same time, that's lighting too. There's no light source there.
Well, I mean, there's light all around them. They're all lit up.
And
Because I mean, you look at the shadows on his jacket. There's light coming from behind him.
but look how the tree bark moves.
You can digitally alter that. You can do that in VFX.
I mean, this is true. Marvel has been known to get the details right on certain things, but I don't know. Just the positioning of them and a weird head with the like scrunched up neck make you feel like it's a guy in a suit. I mean, you see Drax and Mantis walking down the Hollywood Boulevard. It looks out of place. It looks weird, but
Yeah. But there are two people walking in practical suits. They're not CG.
all I'm saying is that should be the norm. I mean, it's Dave Bautista walking down the street. I don't know. It looks like a good time.
I do agree that the way that Groot is built, they would potentially be saving on VFX if they had somebody in a suit and just like only maybe VFX his face or whatever, because you would need a extreme level of animatronics to, have the mouth move the way that it has been moving in, all the previous movies. So
Oh, I'm not denying that.
maybe the build definitely looks like it's a person in a suit. But I don't know. I think it's still CG though.
Possibly. We'll definitely find out this Christmas when going
Not even
into the
Christmas. This
galaxy.
is Thanksgiving. This is November 25th. This is coming out at the end of November.
Oh, last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
God.
With the very next day,
You threw it away.
this year,
No, you're not gonna go through the whole damn chorus.
Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. Hey, they did one, and I'm excited to see it. This is gonna be nice. This is gonna be funny. What are you guys gonna think? Are y'all gonna watch it? Y'all gonna skip out on it? How much will this have to do with the story? Nothing. It probably won't have anything to do with the story. It's just a good time.
It's related
More
enough
bloody.
that they say that he misses Gamora. He's
Okay, so here's the question: if we didn't see this, would we have thought he missed Gamora less?
No, I just think that it factors into the motivation of them doing something as insane as flying down to Hollywood and kidnapping Kevin Bacon.
The man has bacon in his name. Okay, he knew he was gonna get kidnapped. Bacon is delicious. Okay, everyone wants bacon, but this is gonna be a good one. Cosmo's there, and he's getting along well with Rocket. always beefing with each other. Go back, watch Guardians 1, 2. They're always beefing.
Yeah, Guardians 1, they was walking in to sell the Power Stone to the Collector, and Cosmo was growling at Rocket, and Rocket hissed back at him.
No, I don't think this is going to have anything to do with the story overall. I think it's going to be a good time. Watch the Guardians kind of go through the motions. Self-contained, 100%.
Yeah,
but,
and I feel like it should be like that because I don't need them. I don't need them.
Wait a minute.
What?
Did you see that? Over the Hollywood sign. Over the Hollywood sign, it looks like there's a threat coming. Again, right there. See that puff of smoke? There's clouds coming across. Is that a ship landing?
Yeah, I would assume that's them.
Oh, well then, I guess there is no threat. I guess the threat is not enjoying the holiday spirit.
I don't think that there's going to be a threat when they have to like fight somebody. I think the struggle is just going to be them getting Kevin Bacon into space and them coming to realize that, you know, he doesn't need a person, and they find a true meaning in Christmas and all this other kind of shit.
Yeah, because Star-Lord's not going to let you kidnap Kevin Bacon. But, you know, they appreciate.
But then you'd also be very happy that they brought him Kevin Bacon.
Well, there you go. Family. Your team is now here. And, you know, are we going to reference Thor? Since that's the last we saw, this is going to fall kind of.
I don't think maybe they might make a reference to him, but like I said, like I was going to say, you know, this being self-contained and not going to have anything to do with the movies, because I don't really need them to reference in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It was like, oh yeah, that was just like the time we went on Earth to kidnap Kevin Bacon. You know, it'll be a throwaway line, and I just feel like, you know, if they put it in for fan service, I just feel like that's something that wasn't really needed.
I think this is the breeding ground for joke testing. If a joke does well, they'll probably reference it later on.
Maybe, yeah.
But that's Hollywood.
That's true.
In the multiverse.
But let us know in the comments what you think about Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Are you excited for it? Are you looking forward to it? Is it something that you're going to pass up? Are you not feeling these Marvel Studios special presentations? Let us know in the comments below what you think. But if you like this episode, go ahead, hit that like button. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you can be notified when we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, which I got to say, these trailer reactions are very visual. You got to come to the video for the trailer reactions. But
Drax has a shirt on.
Drax has a shirt on after his nipples were sensitive. You know,
hey,
maybe a special material.
All clothes.
But if you do want the audio version of the podcast, just search for All Things Super on any of your major podcast streaming platforms. And if you want to join in on the conversation, just tweet at us at ATSuperPod.
Hey guys, I want y'all to know something. This show is probably about as organic as you could get. So
that's one word for it.
If you can appreciate that, we can appreciate you. Thank y'all for listening.
Well, thank y'all for joining us for this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.